Hello, everybody. Welcome back down to the Park Baseball 27 here on the channel where we are just sucking to the highest degree of the Colorado Rockies. We're 9-20, 310 winning percentage, 8.5 games back in fifth place, where we just can't win games. Like, we had 3 leads against the Mets. We blew 3 leads against the Mets. We lost 2 games by 1, and then we're losing by 2 till we gave up 2 runs late to lose by 4. We had another injury. Betancourt, who has been probably our best position player, filling in for Hunter Goodman, who's our most talented position player, got hurt. He's out for 2 weeks with a sprained rib cage. Beck and Goodman are still on the DL because we put them on the 60-day DL just to try to make sure they had enough time to recover from injury. They want to rush them back. So that obviously is not helping the lineup, right? The lineup's shorter. The pitching staff we do going into the season was a major problem. And it has been. I mean, if you just look at those ERAs, the only ERA that really looks good is Gabriel Hughes, who we promoted to the club and demoted Chase Dolander after 6 starts that were just pretty much all horrendous. You know, I had gone into the game against the Mets not expecting a win from Dolander, but I was like, dude, if you could go like 5 innings, give up 2 or 3 runs, you know, you could stay up for your 7th start. Instead, I mean, seriously, if you look at our injured list, now Bryant is going to have to play. He's got $27 million left on his contract, but Betancourt, straight rib cage, 9 days. Beck 30 days, Goodman 37 days, so in a month. All right, so we have to basically get through all of May. Now, the good news is we do play a few teams that are not quite, you know, competing for championships level right now. And so we might be able to win a couple games, maybe, possibly. Don't know. But easily a best overall player, probably should put him on the DL for too long, but would definitely help the lineup. He's not very good anymore, but, you know, again, with his contract, we can't go anywhere. We did put Freeland and, what's his name? Lorenzen on the trade block. Again, we're not even into May, but it is what it is. Like, we just said, hey, we need help. We need a lot of help. And because we tried to go in, right? I was like, okay. I don't know why we have those two. What? Huh? Wait. No. We had some pictures on that short list. Why is... Okay, so we're missing a lot of players we put on our short list. I don't understand that one. But anyways, okay. Interesting. So we had gone into the Giants, right? And we had gone down and we said, look, AAA. And I mean, I get that we're, you know, in the same division and all. But I don't even think he's like their best prospect. But yeah, Luis R. Rodriguez. Why in the hell did he come off of our short list? Anyways, like, Stuff is only 40, Bubit's 40. We only think he's 2.5 stars. He likes to fish in his spare time. Fastball, slider could both be great. Changeup could be above average. Stamina is pretty decent. we don't have anybody that the Giants would want for him, which is kind of amazing, right? When you look at it, like, he's good, but it's not like he's, oh my God, he's not Bryce Eldridge. He's not even Hayden Birdsong. He's an okay guy, but he's not. Now, Birdsong doesn't have much stamina, which you would think would be a problem, but yeah, so I guess I'm really confused as to why my short list has just disappeared. But again, we did bring Hughes up. Hughes is trash. Like, he is going to get lit up probably just as bad, if not worse, than Dolander. But this is just what we're going to have to do this year, because there's nobody available in free agency who is really any better than Hughes. Hughes in 6 starts at AAA at a 3.25 ERA, 2-0. He's a 24-year-old righty. You can see his stuff could get a little bit better. His home runs allowed could get a little bit better. His fastball and his slider could be average-ish pitches. His controls at 45 is slightly below average. He's not so much a leader as a follower. He's coming off of a, twisted ankle. And yeah, so even though they're all ugly and gross, we're just going to eventually try to bring up our young pitchers and see if there's anybody who can be on the back end of a rotation. Emerson Castellano here, 24 years old, another righty. He'd probably be the next guy to come up. His control could get a little bit better. He could have 3 pretty decent pitches. He never misses a chance to golf. 40 out of 50 stuff. Movement could get a little bit better. Home runs allowed could get a little bit better. Neutral pitcher. In a perfect world, Hughes is able to be a number 4 or 5. Emerson's a number 4 or 5. And maybe Dolander gets his head out of his butt and decides to not be the worst pitcher in the history of baseball. Slight exaggeration, but still, he's pretty damn bad. And then we can have a 3-4-5, right? Quintana, he's 37, so I have a hard time seeing him stick around, but and I really would like to replace these two. And maybe we just bring next year. That's what we do. We bring up all kids, and try to just outscore people. But because we're not gonna have a lot of money, we did fire our hitting coach because I was just you know what, we're gonna suck. We can't pitch, so let's fire our hitting coach. Try to get our lineup playing better. Because we are really struggling. They wanted us to play close to 500. We're 11 games under already. And we have 4.5 money available and 12.7 for extension. So yeah, we just don't have money. Now, the one good news, I'm going to our emails. Again, Brian Betancourt, that's not the good news. Joe Vavra says none matches our offer and he's considering it. Legendary reputation, good at development mechanics, aging, hitting, all good. Does favor the veterans, so that's a little bit, since we're not going to have a lot of veterans, there is that. But our other hitting coach was unproven. I'm debating trying to fire our pitching coach. I don't think it's going to matter because, again, look at our pitchers. And he's a good teacher, and he's an okay reputation. I felt like our hitters were underperforming. Our pitchers are probably mostly performing to their abilities, which is just Yeah. But yeah, Chase Dollander, we set down because while you look at this, could have four good pitches, extreme fly ball. We don't love that, especially in Colorado. 1-3 with a 9.49 ERA, barely 5 innings in outing, 47 hits, 32 earned runs, 8 home runs, 21 walks, and 24 strikeouts. He's giving up 2.4 home runs per nine, 6 walks per nine. His BIP, batting average on balls in play, is 386, and and he has a negative .6 WAR. I mean, oh, like I don't even really know what to say to that. Now the problem is Feltner's not any better, but he's probably not going to allow himself to be sent back down to the minor leagues. You know, oh my god. Now, bullpen wise, we have some of our younger pitchers a little bit better, especially Wellington Herrera, who's a lefty, doing really, really well at AAA. You know, historically, 0.9 ERA this year, only 10 innings pitched, no home runs, 9 strikeouts, no walks, just 22 though. So I don't want to rush him, but he's also a ground ball pitcher, which we just don't have very many of those. Jaden Hill, he's got some experience, not great. Seth Halverson, not great. Cole Carrick is a decent fourth outfielder type. McCade Brown, another dude. He's a fly ball, but so he's not an extreme fly ball, so I guess technically that's better. Again, not really good at anything. Fastball, curveball, those pitches are not bad, but yeah, you know, McCade Brown, Castellano, and Hughes, and Dole. Oh my God, yeah, any money. I almost think anybody we have is going to have to go towards finding a quality starter because our bullpen, Palmquist, Bernardino, Herger gave up a couple of runs against the Mets, so that hurts his ERA. But Vodnik, Herger, Palmquist, Bernardino, they're all not bad ERA-wise so far this season. But our bullpen is just getting obliterated because we cannot go deep into games. And every game, it's like, hey, 5 innings, you got to come out. 5 innings, you got to come out. 5 innings, you got to come out. Even if we're winning, because we went, I think it was, we went to Keegan Thompson, who's not good, right? He's not good. Just very awful at everything. And he's also an extreme fly baller. 1.3 million. He pitched. Let's see if we can look this up. All right, against the Mets, right? 1 1/3, 2 hits, 1 earned run. Not awful. 35 pitches. I think he threw like 18 strikes. Because up until the last out, right? Up until the very last out of his outing, he threw 3 balls to everybody. Like, he did not have the ability to not go to a 3-ball count. He didn't even play a 2025. So I don't know why they clean him off the waivers. But again, that's why you're the Rockies. Now, Sugano is unhappy. I don't know why, because we suck, I guess. I'd be unhappy too. But again, 6 pitches, all trash. Good control, so at least there's that. Gives up a lot of home runs. and his stuff and movement is horrible. Now he's making 5.1 million. We're not gonna be able to send him down. We're not gonna be able to trade him, and we don't have the money to eat that contract. So, like, this is the problem as I do a deeper dive here on the Rockies. As I'm discovering, is not only are we bad, we're old, we're out of options to go down, and we're untradeable, and we have bad contracts. So like Senzatella, who is making 12 billion, look at that. Like, this is somebody gave this man $12 billion a year. Now, to be fair, his stats are probably better than that when they gave him the contract, but you know, he has not been good since 2019. Well, he wasn't good then either. He had a 6.71 ERA, but he was 11-11. He has not had he had a sub 5 ERA in 2020. And then 2021 he was worse, but he still had a sub 5 ERA. And then he had a sub 5 ERA there at 7 innings. But he has not pitched above 150 innings since 2021. And he had a 6.65 ERA last year. He had a 4.42. I mean, he is 43-59 with a 5.19 ERA. And that's a $12 million signing. Or not a signing, but that's a $12 million contract. Like, oh my God. Brevia, again, another old guy. We might be able to send him down. Well, no, 8 years, 38 days. Can't send him down. Signed him as a free agent. Why? Probably because he was affordable, I guess. But his last 2 years with the Tigers and the Braves, he had a 7.71 ERA. And we're like, yep, that's the dude we need to sign. You know, even Hergert, 32 years old, $1.5 billion. He's better, but he's not good. Another extreme fly ball pitcher. Vodnik, 26 years old. Like, one of our rare relievers who's not early to mid 30s. Again, control not great. Good at avoiding home runs. He is a ground ball pitcher. So we've got that going for us. We've got Vodnik. We've got Herrera down in the minors. We've got Vodnik and we've got Herrera. Halverson has a good fastball. Horrific everything else. At least he's neutral though, so he's not a fly ball pitcher. Jaden Hill we'll take a look at. Stuff is okay. Fastball, slicker all right. Another neutral, not great at anything else, but, you know, might be better than the guys we currently have up. Juan Mejia, again. Hill, Mejia, and, I mean, again, just grossness. Just grossness everywhere on the pitching staff. Which is why I don't know. Now, if we keep losing like this, 9-5, 7-6 all the time, or worse, then we might have to make some changes to make a change to our pitching coach. But just given how awful our staff is, top to bottom, minor leagues. Now, our very lowest level, we'll go in here, and we're not actually going to play a game. We're just going to kind of look at the team. Our very, very lowest, right? There's like future and a long time away, right? Like Dylan Lopez, not special, but okay. Brandel Fernandez, a little bit better, but again, the control I'd like to see improve. Ismael Contreras, again, okay, but he's like 16 years old. Reaver Camacho, not as promising. And then we have Riley Kelly, not as promising. Although the stamina I like. Ethan Hedges at A+ ball. "22 years old. Like to get that better. Fly ball pitcher, so that's not great. Fastball's elite. Again, Charlie Condon. Oh, what's Sterling Thompson? Good utility player. Right? Could play everywhere but short of the infield at both quarter outfield spots. Good at avoiding Ks. Not much power or anything, but okay. Again, Condon is improving. We keep hearing that, but I don't want to rush him. He is 23. I do think he will come up at some point. I think we get to May, we'll move him up to AAA. His personnel is he tries to exceed the number of the required repetitions. Ethan Holiday's at single A ball right now. I would like to see him avoid Ks more often. That is a concern. He is hitting 282. He's 19 years old. He's a lefty. He's got the power, right, to really help us. But again, where's the developmental focus? Oh, dear God. Yeah. We need to get a lot better there. We'll even take a little bit of the gap power away. We're going all in, Ethan. You have got to. We need to improve this. Like that could go down. That could go down a little bit. That has got to get better. That is a huge concern. So again, we've almost made it through April without our best player and one of our other better players. And again, like if you just look at it, the Phillies, the Astros, the Padres, the Astros, the Dodgers, the Padres, the Mets, and we've been competitive in some of them, right? Extra inning loss, 1-run loss, 3-run loss. It's not bad. Got crushed twice there against the Padres. 1-run loss, 1-run loss, 4-run loss. It was a 2-run game for a while. Extra inning loss, 3-run loss, 4-run loss, extra inning loss, 2-run loss, 1-run loss. So it's not like we're coming up short in the big games. We strike out way too much, which is why we fired the hitting coach. Like Bretton Doyle, who's not a high average guy, and he avoid Ks 45, the I is 40. He has struck out 36 times at 106 at bats and 150 plate appearances. 1 out of every 3, essentially. Does have 2 home runs and 18 RBIs, which is nice. But when it's that bad, 4 out of 5 on the stole a base pass, good, great defender. Great defender. But Adel Amador, we're trying to train up as our second baseman. I like his defense. His bat's okay. It's not special, but he's a rookie because he's only been up in the majors 101 days. His first time up, he had 128 plate appearances. He had 177. This time through, and he had 233 at the minors this year. This time through, he said he had 234, 1 home run, 4 RBIs, 6 walks, 9 strikeouts. Hasn't tried to steal a base yet. He's 11 for 47. So he's got 160 at-bats at the majors. His career in the MLB is he hits 190. But he is 23 years old. He's a Dominican second baseman. And again, his stuff's not great. His BIP is terrible. His power could improve. His eye could be elite, though. And again, with that contact and avoiding Ks, kind of prototypical leadoff hitter in a way. 60, so above average infield range and arm. Again, could be a pretty decent second baseman. So I think Amador can fit if he can hit. If he can hit 215 to 240, he'd probably be down here at the bottom of the lineup, but I'd like better than that. But I think Tovar, we're definitely happy with him. We do want his eye is improving a little bit. Again, BIP would be nice if we could avoid Ks a little bit more. Again, great defender. 24 years old. I feel like we're good there. Goodman at catcher. Again, strong up the middle. Second, short, catcher. Then we have Condon and eventually, hopefully, our young third baseman, trying to blank at his name, Holiday. Right? Bam, that's a pretty good first 5. Our outfield, it's a little bit trickier. We've got Moniak, McCarthy, Doyle, Beck. None of those guys are great. And then we have Willie Castro, who can play DH. Blake Cribbs, proven to be a pretty decent player. He's not great, but 25 hits. He's 25 hits and 88 at-bats, 96 plate appearances. He's struck out 60 times and walked 7. He had 241 his first go-around with the Rockies. Went 0 for 11 with the Rangers in 2025. And then he has hit 284 for us this year. Now, he's horrific defensively. Both him and Roomfield really can't play defensively. So Ryan Feltner, it's the same thing that I told Dolander. Now, again, $2.4 million, probably can't send him down. But great stamina. If he could just get a good start, right? That would be amazing. Because he has the stamina to do it. But I don't know that that's likely. So far this year, he's pitched 27 innings. Again, this is just... Now, to be fair, a lot of this came from one game with Feltner, right? The Dodgers. The rest of the time, he's not been awful. All right, Padres, 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run. Padres, the first time around, 5 innings, 4 earned runs. Not great, but okay. Astros, 6 innings, 4 earned runs. Blue Jays, 6 innings, 3 earned runs. So, really, it's been... he has 2 quality starts. It was the Dodgers. Now, he does throw a lot of pitches because he has no control. But he gave up 13 hits and 13 earned runs, 4 home runs, walked 4. But again, it's just my bullpen is so beat up. That was the only reason we had to keep pitching, right? Because Bernardino played 29 games, 9 games, 8 games. Vodek, he probably needs to pitch a little bit more often. 11 and 10 for Palmquist and Herget. Thompson has 11, Senzatella only 7. Okay. Sugano has 12, Brebbia 8. But again, we just don't have anybody who's good. Like Bernardino, Vodek's giving up 333, but Bernardino and Palmquist are both pitching pretty well. I don't know if they're going to continue to pitch that well, but yeah. And then again, we have the draft. We tried to max out the amount of money we have for our draft. All right, scouting task list. Okay, we are now done scouting. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out why we lost our short list. But anyways, moving on from that. You know what? We'll play like the first inning. See how we get what start we get off to. So we'll go Amador, McCann, Tovar, Moniak, Doyle, Castro, Krim. I will let McCarthy come in here, and he'll play left. No. Left. Thank you. And then, Karros had a couple hits. He did have a couple base hits. He's only hitting 174, but defensively he gives us a lot. But again, Feltner is ice cold now. Yeah, Hergert's tired. Thompson's tired. The rest of the bullpen's okay. So I suppose that's all right. Jose Cordova, who we brought up to replace, was it Fulford? He was like 1 for 24. He's 3 for 12. That's not amazing. But, and the Reds, Chase Birds is a righty, 2-1 with a 2.61 ERA. Right, so we have 2, 3, 4, 5 lefties and 4 righties. It's a balanced lineup. So again, we're going to play the first inning and then we'll end the episode. Cabrera, but again, you can just see the defense, it's all better than us. Although, to be fair, our outfield defense is pretty decent. And we do have decent defense up the middle. But again, L.A. De La Cruz, way better than anybody we have. And Chase Bird, 60 stuff, 45 movement, 97 to 99 miles an hour. We're going to strike out a lot. We still don't have a hitting coach. The Reds are 17 and 11. We're 9 and 20. Rain in the forecast. He's striking out a man in inning. He will do a lot better against us. 2-2 pitch to Amador. Flies out to Friedel, a deep center. Kyle McCann, again, because we lost Betancourt. Three-two to McCann, and there's the first of many strikeouts, I'm sure. Tovar City, 250, 5 home runs, 23 RBIs. We fall behind again. But he only has a 259 OBP. Because here's the most amazing thing about him, and some of that's his eye, right? He has walked twice. And he strikes out. Like I said, we will strike out a lot. Now again, outfield defense, not quite as good maybe as the Reds, pretty decent. With the exception of Krim, our infield defense, not bad. 3-ball count right off the bat to Marte. Grounds out to Tovar, who throws it to Krim. But that is what I am talking about. It's part of what has made pitching for us so difficult. They have a pitcher, every batter he faces, he gets ahead. Right off the bat, we'll pitch to contact, and it's a 2-1 pitch. Grounds out to Tovar. Tovar throws him out. We can't get ahead of hitters. We just cannot get ahead of hitters. We'll try to pitch around De La Cruz. Home run. Oh no, it's an out. I mean, the way it was ticking ahead, it felt like a home run. You know what? We'll go 1.5 innings. We're going to strike out at least 2 more times. 2-2 to Moniak. Yep, strikeout. Doyle, I don't even care. He's going to strike out for sure. Yep. And Castro, 2-2 pitch. And we've struck out 5 times in 6 at-bats. Like, that is impressive. That legitimately is impressive. To strike out 5 out of 6 times. McCarthy catches it. We'll pitch to Blade. Amador fires the first. I mean, so far, again, Feltner, he's not good. But strikes out Stevenson. Down in order go the Reds. Right? Feltner's not good. But he's keeping us in the game when my offense cannot even touch the ball. 2-2 to Cribb, probably a strikeout. Yep, there's 6 strikeouts. Do I hear? Oh my God, we might touch the baseball. We do ground out to De La Cruz, so not, still don't have a hit, but we touched the ball. We touched the ball, everybody. We touched the ball twice. He pops up. 2-2 to McClade here, the bottom of the 3rd. Feltner caught it. Wow. Okay. All right, Friedl's up, 1 out, bottom of the 3rd. And he gives up the first base hit of the game. Nathaniel Lowe will try to pitch to the batter, the 1-2 pitch. We also cannot throw anybody out. Like, Amador's going to throw to first. Lowe is out. Friedl to third. Novel Marte, 45 contact, 55 power is up. 0-2 pitch to Marte. It'd be nice to get out of the inning. And we do. So the Reds get a hit, but we strand them on third. Ryan Feltner is trying to say, I don't want to be Chase Dolander. I don't want to go down. But we are striking out 66% of the time. I know we don't have a hitting coach. But damn. That's amazing. But anyways, that is where we're going to end the episode, right? We've gone on long enough. We had a little bit of an off the field looking at what we're going to try to do probably with our pitching. At the end of May, we might bring up Condon, right? Hopefully then we'll have Beck, Goodman, Condon. It'll be try to get us, a little bit better. We're not going to be good, but more competitive, right? At least offensively. We'll get Betancourt back in a couple weeks, right? And again, I just want to have more than 43 wins, which it looked like we were shooing a couple weeks ago, right? We got off to a reasonable start, but now, man, I don't know. We might not get to 43 wins. But thank you, everybody. Take care, and I will talk to you all later.